Okay, let's start. Okay, question one. Which of the following is 45,000 and 30 numerals? So 45,000 has three zeros. Then you simply add 30. The answer is option two. Question two. Round off 7,549 to the nearest hundred. This is the hundreds place. Look at the number next to it, it's 4, right? So you bring it down to 50. So answer is option two, 7,500. Express 2.4 as a percentage is just a number, so just take 2.4 times 100, you'll get 240. This is option 4. Okay, question 4. What is the missing number? So we have 7 plus 0.2 is 7.2, right? And this 7.216. So if you just compare the numbers like that, 7.2, and when you do the subtraction, you get 0.016, which is option 1. Each fraction is smaller than half. Now there is a shortcut to do this, okay? You observe the denominator. So what's 3 divided by 2? 1.5, right? 2 is more than 1.5, so this is more than half, so cancel. 6 divided by 2 is 3, this is exactly half, so cancel. Now if you look at option 1, 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. 5 is more than 3.5, so this is more than half as well. So the answer has to be option 2. Why option 2? If you look at 9, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. 4 is lesser than 4.5. So the answer is option 2. It's lesser than half. Okay. Question 6. Which of the following could be the mass of the mobile phone? Okay, this is too light. This is way too heavy. This is unreasonable. 150 grams makes the most sense. So it's option 4. Okay, 7. Arrange the following fractions from the smallest to the greatest. Okay, so 6 over 7, sorry, 6 over 7, 6 divided by 11, okay? When you do your working, you put a 0, put a dot. Okay, so we know 6 over 11 is roughly about 0.54, okay? 7 over 10 is 0.7, and 3 over 5 is 0.6. So now it's easy for you to compare the smallest to the greatest. You just have to swap these two positions. So it has to 6 over 11, 3 over 5, then 7 over 10. So it's option 1. Question 8, which of the following is a net cube? If you look at option 4, if you use this as the base, you fold this, this becomes the left, this goes to the left-hand side, and then this one will come here. So you just have the two space here, which is covered by this, and the top will be covered by this. So it's option 4. Okay, question 9. Which of the following pie charts best represents the information? Okay, so if you take 15 plus 30 plus 25 plus 30, you will get 100. So the total here is 100. 25 over 100 is 1/4. So you should only have one quarter, which means option 4 is out. Okay. And then if you look at this number here, right? This number is lesser than this, which means one of the segment must be less than this. So if you option 3, we have a quarter, quarter. We have something lesser than a quarter, which is here. Now you look at these two, they are of the similar, almost the same size, right? Which is 30 and 30. So option 3 makes the most sense, okay? Question 10, 4y over 2 plus 10 minus 4. What is 4y? 4 times 4, which is 16. So it's 16 over 2 plus, it's not plus, no, it's plus, plus 10 minus 4. So that's 18 minus 4, which is 14. So answer is option 2. Okay, question 11. Which of the following could be the solid built by a million? Okay, now if you look at we're going to label this as top view, side view, top view, side view, top view, side view, and lastly, top view, side view. Okay, now let's look at option one. If you look at the top view, right, it's supposed to be 3 below, 1, 2, 3, and 3 on the right hand side, but here's only 2. So this one, the top view is already wrong, so option 1 is wrong. Same for option 2. Now option 2, if you look at it, the top view is okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can. Let's look at the side view. The side view must have 4. I mean, this one is 3 down, but it's only got 4 down, right? So cancel. Let's look at option 3. The top view, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can. The side view, 3, 3, 4. Can. You don't need to think about number 4 already. Option 3 is your answer. Okay. Okay, question 12. Hassan spent 35% of his monthly salary. 35% is 35/100, which is 7/20. And 2/5 of the remaining allowance of transport. So what percentage of his allowance was left? So if this is his allowance, we branch it out 7/20. Then over here will be 13/20. Okay, so this is your remainder. Now from a remainder, 2/5 goes to transport, and 3/5 is what he's left with, right? So we simply take 13/20 times 3/5, we will get 39/100. 39/100 is just 39%. So your answer is option 3. Question 13. We have 2 of the same semicircle, which means if you merge them together, it's one full circle. So it's just 2 pi r, so 2 pi times 21, which is 42 pi. Don't forget 21 cm, 21 meters outside, so it's 42 pi plus 21, plus another 21 over here. So we 42 pi plus 42. So answer is option 4. Yeah, let's look at question 14. Now the big figure here, right, is actually the entire figure, means the biggest triangle. So I'm going to write small, medium, large. The ratio is 1:8:12. Okay. So to find the border here, it's just big minus the medium. So 12 minus 8 equals to 4. Then the smallest is shaded fully red. So 4 plus 1 goes to 5. Whole figure is 12. So it's 5:21. Sorry, 5:12. I apologize. This is option 1. Okay, 5:12. Okay. Now let's look at question 15. 4 years ago, the ratio is 2:7. 8 years' time, the ratio is 2:5. Okay. So right in this question, there are actually 3 timelines. Okay, I'll show you how. So 4 years ago. Now, 8 years' time. Okay. So 4 years ago, Kelvin, Linda, 2:7. 8 years' time, Kelvin, Linda, 2:5. One thing that remain the same is their difference. So put the ratio their difference. And you do the common multiple times 5, times 5, times 5, times 3, times 3, times 3. Okay? So 4 years ago, if you transit to now, it's 4 years, right? Then from now to 8 years is an extra 8 years. So from 4 years ago to in 8 years' time, the jump is actually 12 years. So we look at one person from 6 units to 10 units. That is your 12 years, which is 4 units. So go and find what is 6 units. 4 times 1.5 is 6. So now 12 times 1.5, you will get 18. So how old is Kelvin now? So this is 4 years ago. Take note, now will be 18 plus 4, 22. Don't forget that 18 plus 4 is 22. So answer is option 3. Okay, question 16. Let's look at question 16. What is the value of the following? So you do the bracket first. 18 plus 6 is 24. Divide by 3 times 2. So this one, right, just do from left to right. Okay, so it's 30 minus 8 times 2. After it's 30 minus 16, which will give you 14. Answer is 14. Okay, next one, GOF, this angle here. So this 98, this whole thing here is 98. So let's take 98 minus 31, you'll get 67. 98. Okay, sorry, my eyesight quite bad. This is 96. So 96 minus 31 will give you 65 degrees. Okay, write down 65. Find the average of these numbers. Okay, so take note. I'm going to read it as this. Find the average of these 4 numbers. Just because this is 0 doesn't mean it's not a number. It's still a number. So 15 plus 17 plus 0 plus 4 over not 3, it's over 4. Do your calculation, you should get 9. Okay. Okay, question 19. So question 19, a ribbon was cut into 2 pieces in a ratio of 3:5. Length of the longer piece was 35. What's the length of the ribbon at first? 5 units is 35. 1 unit will be 35 divided by 5, which is 7. So 8 units will be 7 times 8, which is 56 cm. Okay. Okay, now for question 20, right? This is what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so on my screen over here, the image is compressed a bit. Okay, and on your printing, the image may be enlarged to the actual value. Okay, so in this case, you just have to measure it up. The answer is 2.9 cm. So what I'm going to teach you for question 20 is to look at where you must measure. Okay, so triangle XMZ is this triangle here, right? Okay, so it's always the imaginary perpendicular line outside, given that MZ is the base. This is your base, means this is your imaginary perpendicular height. Take a ruler, measure this one, write it down. There should be answer, which is 2.9. Okay, 21. So when you approach a question like this, immediately write down the values at the side. So 5 intervals is 20, means 1 interval is 4. So which means it's 48. This is 64. This is 40. This is 76. And lastly, this is 36. Who's the fastest runner? The one with the shortest time, and it's Arif. Okay. How much longer did Dan take at Elvin to complete the race? Just take 64 minus 48. You'll get 16 seconds. Okay. A solid cube of height 21 cm with a square base of 9 cm. What's the volume? Let's take 21 times 9 times 9. You're working in the side. You get 1701 cm cube. Okay. Okay, express your answer in fractions in the simplest form. What's the shaded part? Okay, so what you want to do is you dissect it like that, okay? In this dissection, you see that this is 3 rectangles. Dissect this one over here. What do you see? You see 2 rectangles. Okay, dissect this part. This is two rectangles, and this is one rectangle, okay? So below this, I'll write the shaded part. This is half of three rectangles, right? So we take 3 times half. That's 1.5. Put here 1.5. Next one over here. 2 times half, which is 1, right down here. So it's just 2, right? Write down 2 times 1, 2. This is 1 times half, which is 0.5. So add them up, 1.5 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0.5, which is 5. It's a total of 8, so it's 5 over 8. That's all. Okay, now for this question here, this is 60 degrees, this is 120 degrees. Put that in. So you are working 180 minus 60 degrees, close to 120. Now this 120, according to this part here, it says this is 14 degrees. So which means angle BAC is 180 minus 120 minus 14, which is 46 degrees. So find P, this is an isosceles triangle. P is 180 minus 46 divided by 2. We should get 67 degrees. Okay, now question 25. Now, the idea here is you want to spend the least amount of money to buy 25 muffins. Each muffin is sold at $10, and there's a special offer here. If you buy 2, you get 1 free. So let's go and find the price of 2. So just 2 times n, which is 2n. But if you pay 2n, you will get 3 muffins, actually, not 2. So write down 3 muffins for $2n. Okay, let's go and find the number of groups of this. So take 25 divided by 3. You have 8 remainder 1. So I have 8 groups of this. So take 8 times 2n is $16n. The remaining 1 muffin is $10. So 16n plus n is 17n. Okay, measure right now the size of ABC. It should be 150 degrees. Use a protractor. Complete the parallelogram. Okay, so this one, right, you don't need to use a protractor to do it, okay? You just observe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units to the right, 1 unit down. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units to the right, 1 unit to the ground. So this has to be point D. Take your ruler, go and connect straight away. There's your parallelogram. Okay, 27. What is the total volume of water in the 3 beaker? Okay, so this one is 1 liter. That's nice, ready. Now this one, right, 4 intervals is 4 intervals. 1 liter. So what about 3 intervals? So just 3 over 4 times 1 is 3/4 liter. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 400 ml. So 2 intervals will be 200 ml. So add them up. 1 plus, so 3/4 liter, maybe you can write it as 750 ml. Not 750, sorry. With 3/4 liters. plus this one, we can write it as 0.2 liters. So I prefer write it as a decimal. So it's 1 plus 0.75 plus 0.2, which equals to 1.95 liters. Okay. By this question, find ABF. So read carefully. BCF is an isosceles triangle. ABCD is a trapezium. EFC is a straight line. So go and find ABC first. Angle ABC, which is 180 minus 114, which is 66 degrees. So FBC will be 80 divided by 2, which is 40 degrees, because isosceles triangle. Okay, why 80 divided by 2? I explained to you. Now this angle here is 80, right? Okay, and let's observe this angle here, okay? Now if I take 180 minus this angle, I'll get 80, correct? If I take 180 minus this angle, I'll get this too, correct? So isn't this two actually your 80 degrees? So shortcut 80 divided by 2, 40 degrees. So A, B, F will be 66 minus 40 degrees. You'll get 26 degrees. Okay, question 29. Find the area of the shaded part. So two triangles, they're identical, okay? So now let's talk about this part here, okay? So I know that there's a shaded part here, so let's talk about the other shaded part, which I'm going to shade. So we call it the blue shaded part, okay? Now, if you're looking at this triangle alone, if I subtract the blue shaded part, I'll get this, correct? And in this triangle, if I subtract the same blue shaded part, I will get this, which means that this and this are the same exact thing. Okay? So you draw a dotted line here. This is 3 cm. So this triangle here, we find the area of this triangle, 3 times 5 times half, which is 7.5. We'll find this rectangle here, which is 5 times 5, 25. So it's actually not a rectangle, it's a square. The 25 plus 7.5 is 32.5. Okay, question 13. After selling 28 bags, find 8 of the remaining bags in the afternoon, which means the remainder bags is cut into 8 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and then once you cut 5 units for the remaining bags, then you will have just 3 units left, which happens to be 1/4 of the total. So 1/4 of total is 3 units. So total is 3 units times 4, which is 12 units. So the whole thing here is 12 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 units. So 12 minus 8, this is 4 units. That 4 units is 28. Go and find the total. 28 times 3, which is 84. Okay, so if there's 1/4 left, means 3/4 were sold, right? So let's take 84 times 3/4 will give you 63.